Do you believe it's a genocide occurring?
Yeah, I do.
So what do you think their response is? So
What do you
technically
mean, a
Hamas
genocide occurring on Palestine?
Yeah, so technically Hamas didn't do anything wrong, did they?
They just retaliated.
There you go.
No.
I told y'all, ladies and gentlemen, we were gonna do it big for the first time in history. I don't think nobody's ever done this. We already got tons of businesses on board. We got tons of people that wanted to support. Their names are going to be on the car. You name it. For more information, you can go in the description section and find out about that. But right now, I want to shout out 2 of our many sponsors that we're going to have that sponsor this race. First, I want to talk about Kerr Ammunition for freedom-loving Americans, family-owned company in my hometown of Fort Worth, Texas. If you order before 2 anytime, it'll be shipped the same day. Order right now, use code Tatum, and you'll get $10 off of your order of $199 or more, and that's including free shipping. The link will be in the description section. Our next sponsor is LiveRx. LiveRx is coaching in your corner. Losing weight and improving your health doesn't have to feel impossible. They have 24/7 live doctor support for customer care plans starting at $250. No fee, no membership, no insurance needed, just results. Click the link below or go to the website liverx.md. Use code Tatum. Ladies and gentlemen, see y'all at Talladega. I'm doing well.
Yeah, so I'm Ismail. I'm from Egypt. I'm an international student. I just wanted to see your point of view on like the international relations that like Trump is dealing with right now regarding like Ukraine and the one in Gaza. Because I recently saw this video. It was kind of disturbing a little bit regarding Gaza, like the way he's like looking into the future. So what do you hold on that? What's your point of view?
I have to say, man, I'm probably biased to a certain degree when it comes to the Gazan-Israeli conflict. I do like the fact that Donald Trump is standing firm and giving us a voice with authority and not being a coward and getting pushed over by all these surrounding countries. I think people know that America is serious about their business and they take us serious, and that makes us more safe with somebody like Trump in office. I agree with Trump on the Ukrainian conflict.
Yeah.
We technically, I believe we should have minimal to do with that, to be honest. But there's people that have an argument against that. But I do think that the killing needs to stop. It seems unnecessary. Ukraine has no chance of winning. Not unless anybody somehow believe it. They have absolutely no chance of winning. And if it wasn't for us pouring $400 billion into the efforts to help them, they would have lost a long time ago. And people just getting killed unnecessarily. Also, Zelensky seemed like he crooked his 2 left shoes. You watch the way he's so pompous and arrogant to come into the White House and beg for money time and time again. The dude seemed like a fundraiser, wearing these costumes and wearing military garb, and he's not fighting anywhere on any military front. So, and I know the drama that has happened with Biden and Ukraine. So all of that is kind of fishy to me. So I like the fact that Trump is saying, look, we need a resolution here. We don't need people to continue to die. Now, I'm gonna get to the bias part when it comes to Israel and Gaza. Now, I believe that the Jews, that land belongs to them. That's what I believe. The reason why I say that is because they've been there before anybody else was there. When you look at the Bible, the biblical history, you talk about Moses. I mean, you go down the list of all these people. In that region, the Jews have occupied. David's tomb and the city of David was all there in Jerusalem. Right outside of Jerusalem is the city of David. All of these figures who were Jews were there before any of the Palestinians were there. Some people can argue that some people were technically Palestinian, whatever. There's biblical prophecy about it. It's their land. There was a war that was fought, they won. Now, let's fast forward to today. When you decide that you are going to kill people, take people hostage, they literally tried to bomb and kill almost every Jew they could, but they have the Iron Dome. That's the only reason why they couldn't do it. Then the retaliation that comes, in my opinion, is necessary. Do I agree in Israel killing innocent people? I don't want that to be the case. I don't think if an IDF soldier is just going out and shooting a kid in the head outside of a coordinated strike, I don't think that that's right. I think that person should be prosecuted. But to think that Hamas can go into Israel, kill people, hold people hostage, then hide behind their citizens and think nothing is going to happen is asinine to me.
I mean, it is a biased topic. Like you said, it's hard to really narrow it down to how you just did, because honestly, when you really look at it,
Can you speak up a little bit?
Sorry, when you really look at it, I'm saying 1946 or something around that. That's like Palestinians lived there. You can't just tell me biblical when biblical, like what biblical.
It was before that.
When we talk about religion, you have people all around every continent. How can you be like biblical? But at that point, there was Palestinian people living there in 1946.
Before them,
no. Why did the Jews go?
It was Jewish people that lived there.
No, sorry, sir. But why did the Jews go to Palestine? Even to begin with? No, why did they go in after the Second World? Why did they go there?
Well, they were forced there.
By who? By the Europeans. So the Europeans up, and then the Arabs just took the blame, right?
I know, but this happens in history. Like when the Jews were there before, how did the Ottoman Empire get there? From the Romans. It's like the Jews were there, Romans took over, Ottoman Empire took over. No, we were talking about the way, I'm saying this is the way it goes. The Jews were overwhelmed and overtaken, and that's when the Romans took over. And then the Ottoman Empire took over.
Europe, no,
I'm saying that like somebody had it. They get defeated, conquered, driven out, then somebody else take over, then somebody else take over, and the Jews are back. That's kind of what happened. And people may not agree how it happened.
In Israel, you're saying?
In Israel, the land of Israel right now, the state of Israel that's currently there. And here's the thing too, I mean, Jordan, the West Bank was Jordan. Nobody had a problem with that. Jordanians owned the West Bank. And then obviously it was somehow between them and Israel, there was a compromise or an agreement, and then the West Bank became the state of Israel. So then the Palestinians have an opportunity to be there. Now I'll say this, it's complicated because I understand the argument where some people think that Palestinians belong there, but it is what it is. People are gonna agree to disagree on that.
Sorry to cut you off, but the thing is like you guys look at it from, because I took history class here, right?
Right.
They look at it from a different perspective. They teaching me in a different way, so you're gonna be taught the way they teach you, and I'm gonna be taught or admire the way they teach it, right?
Which is fair.
Yeah, which is fair, exactly. But all I'm saying is that based off what I've seen, it's like, I'm sorry, but the stuff you're saying is bullshit. Like it's not.
I mean, that's just that's your opinion.
It's not just an opinion because I've seen it.
So let's do this. In Hamas situation, what should happen?
All right, look at this.
When they go and attack, kill innocent people and do all that, what should happen as a result?
Have you watched that Bassem Youssef show when he was talking to that one dude, Piers Morgan? Have you watched that one?
No, I don't know. I'm not familiar with that.
Well, if you ever watch it, you're going to understand that topic a little more because.
No, but do you agree with Hamas's attack on Israel?
No, I don't agree with any type of murder.
So
but the thing is, they've been murdering also before that, but nobody. It's the thing is, when the West, when the West controls the media, right? What's going to be put to the?
But we can let's agree. Let's agree. Let's agree. They've been murdering them. Let's agree back and forth. Let's say Israel was wrong all these years. If you believe that do you believe that Gaza is occupied?
Right now, yeah.
By Israelis?
Yes.
Okay. Do you believe it's a genocide occurring?
Yeah, I do.
So what do you think their response is? So technically Hamas
genocide occurring on Palestine.
Yeah. So technically Hamas didn't do anything wrong, did they?
They just retaliated.
There you go.
No. But you didn't catch me.
This is the thing, man. Every person I talk to, they have to admit that Hamas, that they support Hamas.
So you don't think the IDF is what they're doing? Do you support what the IDF is doing? I'm not supporting either way, but I'm saying.
No, you are. You just said that.
That's my bad. You ran me, but that's the thing.
No, I just want to on record. You don't. Do you support Hamas?
No, I don't support Hamas.
Do you think what they did was wrong?
Yeah.
Okay, because you said it wasn't. I want to make sure.
No, the retaliation, the idea of a retaliation. I'm not.
What should they do?
Attack when somebody is occupying you, hurting your people. What do you do if you're born around murder? And that's all you've known all your life, which is what they grew up in, the situation. Because I'm from Egypt, which means what? I see a lot of people, Palestinians, flee their country way before what happened with that Hamas situation. Way before that. So why were they leaving? Was it what? Sunshine and rainbows over there? That's why they came over there?
Well, here's the thing.
No, it wasn't. It was horrible.
Well, here's the thing, too. I mean, obviously, they're not accepting in Egypt either.
What do you mean?
Or in Jordan.
Yeah.
Or in Syria.
I mean, you know how, because we get aid from you know how hard it is when you're from a third world country, you can't, how am I supposed to take control over a person?
Right.
The president who's...
But let's get back to this.
Go ahead.
Let's say, do you agree that Hamas's attack was wrong?
Yeah. But
okay.
Yeah.
What do you think Israel should do after the attack occurred?
Not what they did.
No, what should they do, though?
I mean, not what they do.
What should they do? What can they do?
I don't have a perfect solution for a war.
No, give me one.
What is
give me one solution. Give me one solution.
What has been the solution for war in history? It's only retaliation, right?
No. What else happened? Give me one scenario solution that would have been appropriate.
I mean, the whole thing is up anyway. So what?
No, I'm saying, bro, you got to have a solution. The attack happened. You saying that what they did is wrong. What should they have done?
I don't have one. What's yours? What do you think?
I think they should be doing exactly what they're doing.
Killing innocent people?
It's not. See, when people break it
How
down
many-
like that,
no,
no,
but-
listen. When people break
Go
it down
ahead.
like that, they think that this happens, which is perplexing to me.
Go ahead.
They think that Hamas came over and killed all these people, and they went back, and now Israel's just killing innocent people. Well, Hamas is strategically hiding behind their own people. That's a strategy.
Nah.
They're
You
not.
actually- you actually
Well,
believe
why
in
don't
that?
they fight? Why don't
You
they
actually-
fight the?
you
Why don't they
actually
fight the
believe in that,
IDF at
sir?
the Gaza
With all
Strip?
due respect, you actually believe in that?
1,000%.
That they hide behind 30,000 kids. That's what
They're
doing?
hiding behind all kinds of
Hide
people.
behind kids.
What are they doing then?
And you just bomb.
No,
and
what are they
so
doing?
If you suspect,
Why are they
if
not
you-
fighting at
If I
Gaza Strip?
suspect the killers here, I'm a bond this whole area. Is that the perfect way to deal with something?
It's no perfect way because it's
So you said that's the exact way they should be dealing with.
Yeah, I didn't say it was perfect.
Yeah.
I just said it's the way they got to deal with it.
To
And
just
the reason-
go ahead and kill.
Well, look, if you got, which they shown, if you watch anything on IDF's, they show video and everything of them
Yeah.
having bunkers,
Go ahead.
tunnels. We know they do tunnels. We know they bombing Israel. If it wasn't for the Iron Dome, they probably kill hundreds of thousands of
the
them.
thing is-
But then if you say a terrorist is in this building right here,
Yeah.
right? And the terrorists have stockpiles of ammunition and all kind of stuff in this building. Yet,
So compared to the IDF, ain't nobody gets that type of stockpile. How you comparing a bunch of terrorists in the desert to IDF soldiers with actual fucking weapons? How do you
so
compare that?
listen to this. Well, how did they go into Israel and do what they did? If they so unequipped to do anything.
Did you hear about the story? Please. If
Well,
you
you
hear
can-
about the story, it's so unrealistic. They said they just walked in. Did you hear
They-
that?
you
How
know,
does that even make sense with the type of security
they
got?
flew in. They flew in, but
Flew. Please look it up.
in many places they flew in. But you can
With
think
the
about
first
this.
attack, the October.
But you can argue that whatever fraud you want to argue about how they came in or not. Do you think they didn't do it?
No, I never said that.
I'm just
agree with
asking.
you. I never said
So
that.
they did it.
Yeah.
We know they did it.
But why is it so amplified when I don't get it because they've been.
Dude,
they've
that was
been
egregious.
I get it. But
They
I get it, but-
videotaped it.
but
You
what
can
does
go
that-
and watch
what-
video of them killing and murdering innocent people, shooting them in the head, going into kibbutz. You can
Sir,
see it
but
all
what-
on video.
Sir, but what have the IDF been doing? Why is
I
it
don't know.
only one side?
You
Why is
can
it only
say-
one side from your opinion? I don't get it.
I'm not saying it's one side.
But that's how it
I
makes it
don't
seem
have
because
video.
they've been doing this since 2014.
I don't
and shit.
have video of the IDF taking Palestinians and lining them up like this and shooting them in the head. I don't have a
Sir,
video.
sir, just
I know.
roll-
Listen.
Yeah,
I don't
I
have a
get it, I
video
get it, I
of
get
the
it. I
IDF
truly
going
do.
into Gaza when these people just peacefully doing what they're doing and killing 1,200 people that are just at a doing an event.
I get it.
I don't have that video, but I do see video of them going into Israel and killing innocent people and holding hostage. These people are hostages. Acknowledge that they hold hostages. They still have them. When they release them, they're releasing dead hostages. When you do that, what do you expect Israel to do? They have to respond. And I don't like the fact that children are getting hurt in the process. I don't like that.
Yes,
But they have nothing else to do. This is the tactic that Hamas uses, and everybody should know this unless you're sleeping on a rock. They go out and attack, and then they hide behind their people. They go in the tunnels, they hide in schools, they hide in all these places so they can't get bombed. And they expect Israel to do nothing so they can recalibrate and do it again. Hamas's entire mission is to eradicate the Jews from the river to the sea. Is that not true?
Sure.
So, what does Israelis have to do in response? And that is to eliminate Hamas forever. And unfortunately, there's people that's going to die in that situation.
I get it.
And hopefully that we
yeah.
can stop it, and hopefully Hamas is eradicated, and we can go on.
Right.
But this is a religious war that's never going to stop.
I know. It's the Middle East. It's never
Going to stop.
Well, yeah. So, all right. Now, can I switch the topic? Because this
Yeah,
is
go ahead.
Let me just switch it. So,
Yeah.
when it comes to the voting, like just generally Trump and all that, I was like contemplating because it's like the lesser of the two evils to me, right? Because they both kind of have their own views and all that, and the way Trump is dealing with certain things is not, the best. But economically, why are things not improving as much as he has promised? Or is it just the time thing?
Yeah, I think you got to give it time, man. You got to think Donald Trump came into a situation where we were doing poorly economically,
Yeah.
and then he have to introduce policies. It's like anything else, man. If you go to change your business model,
Yeah.
and then you may feel some pain at the beginning, but over time it's better for the country. So Donald Trump is implementing things that are hard to do, that are difficult, that are challenging,
He's
but will
negotiating
have
a
a
lot, no?
residual effect. And I'm not just saying that because somehow I like him. I'm
It's
saying
weird
it
to
because I really believe that that's what Donald Trump's mission is. And you have big, prominent people who are extremely wealthy who are backing and supporting what he's doing. Kevin O'Leary, billionaire. Elon Musk, billionaire. They're all lamenting to the fact that what he's doing could be economically positive for America. I think if he was doing something that would destroy America economically, these billionaires wouldn't support him whatsoever. I think they'll be like, hey, we got to push back. This is not going to be good for our country. But I think that with them, people who make money, the logic of what he's explaining, I think he's on track to do something positive. We haven't even given him 6 months yet.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, he's 40 days, he's supposed to turn the world around. I don't think that's going to happen.
No, but and regarding like why is it like how do you hold your position when everything in America seems so everybody's trying to make the other side look bad? So why is it always like the goal for me to look good, for me to hurt you? I don't feel like that's the best way. Even with the conflict back home, it's always I'm trying to make you look bad so I look good. And instead of making myself look good first and actually working on mine and improving my own, you know?
Yeah, the what's going to make the country better is not just electing politicians. It's going to be an individual effort, right? We should all take our time and focus on uniting on things that we agree on. And if we do that, I think we'll be a more powerful force than us being divided on stupid stuff that we probably really don't disagree on if we actually did the research and had a conversation with one another. So I think that, you know, the conflict of people trying to one-up other people, trying to go viral, all that is nonsense and stupid to me. I don't agree with it. I don't like it. I do support conversations and people being open-minded. Do I think that institutions are being overrun by leftist nut jobs? I do. It's prevalent. It's obvious. I think that it's terrible. However, I think the best way to combat that is to have a conversation and to give people something different to think about. You know, I don't think I'm gonna change people's minds out here. I mean, maybe not. People are probably not gonna change my mind unless you come with something pretty substantial. But I want people to think about one thing that I said and say, I never thought of that before. And go back and do research and say, oh, that guy's wrong, this is why. Or, dang, he actually got a point. That's pretty much what this is about, in my opinion. I don't like I don't call people names out here. I say leftist lunatics and stuff like that, but that's generally speaking of an ideology, not a person specifically. So I'm hoping that people begin to have a different conversation, because I think the conversation on campus is one-sided.
It's always one-sided.
I don't know how many people out here that support Trump, but if you came out here with a Trump hat on, people would treat you differently. You came out here with a Biden hat on or a Harris hat on, nobody would care. I mean, the conservatives wouldn't care. They'd be like, oh, look at that person. That's weird. But if you come out with a Trump hat, you a Hitler. They gonna put you on a hit list. I'm not saying necessarily on this campus, but on many campuses. How do I know? I went to University of Washington and I had a Trump hat on and I got not physically attacked because people understand how that worked, but people attacked me and said that I'm a traitor to my race and all this stuff because I had a Trump hat on. That just says make America great. What's wrong with making America great?
What honestly made you support that side? Like what? I'm new. Like I don't really have it. I'm an international. So what actually led you to that?
I voted for Barack Obama. I believed in some of the Democrat policy.
Barack wasn't, honestly, in my opinion, Barack wasn't. I mean, I'm sorry, but the comparisons with Barack and even what Trump is doing right now, even with the deportations, Barack did way worse. I saw the statistics. 100%. Barack did way worse. I mean, Trump is also gone.
So I lean more towards the left. I voted for Barack Obama. And then I woke up. I think that being conservative, in my opinion, is a person waking up. Yeah. I don't think it's a person changing their idea. I think they're just waking up. When I started paying taxes, I started thinking about, well, wait a minute. Why are we paying this many taxes? Let me look into this. Who's talking about cutting taxes and who's talking about raising taxes and why? So it made me get more engaged in the politics. And then I saw Barack Obama bashing police officers when I was a cop. And I said, I can't support that theology because it's completely wrong and destructive to America. Saying that cops are racist and they just out here shooting black people for no reason is the stupidest thing that I ever heard in my life that's not substantiated by any level of evidence. And when I saw that, I said, well, wait a minute, that's weird. Why is this whole side talking like this, pushing the political agenda against law enforcement? And then so on and so forth. Being a cop, I was conservative. A lot of my friends were conservative. And I started being like, well, wait a minute, I actually agree with a lot of stuff the conservatives are saying. I'm a Christian. I don't believe in abortion. I don't believe in gay marriage, although if you want to get married, you can marry whoever you want. I just don't believe in it. All of these things that conservatives believe, I say as a Christian, I believe in that way more than I believe in this. Yeah. Then I started doing research. I realized that one party was the party of slavery, and that was the Democrat Party. One party filibustered against the civil rights movement. One party unanimously voted in support of women's rights, which was Republicans. Mm-hmm. And you start realizing, well, wait a minute, I think I'm getting lied to. Then they say the party switched. That never happened. It's a complete lie. And then, then I started waking up and saying, well, you know what? I think the conservative movement, lower taxes, freedom of speech, all of these things that conservatives push is more conducive for the growth and success of America than all of this woke lunacy. And that's kind of what made me wake up and change.